What is going on, guys? I am at SEMA 2022, and I have the Matt's Offroad, the world's largest off-road record, and I'm going to show you just how massive this thing really is. But I'm actually going to be doing an interview with Matt specifically to ask a lot of these questions you guys have been asking, so stick tuned. So the biggest thing is these tires. They are the 54-inch Mickey Thompson tires. I am 5'10". They are massive. I know the ground clearance is a big thing on this thing because you have a super long wheelbase at the center of my shoulder, and then over here on the rock rails is almost my head. That is some crazy ground clearance there. And they have the Badlands floor jack here that is just barely touching it underneath. That is, yeah, that's some ground clearance right there. And then up front, underneath the axles, I guess front and rear, I think that's higher than the belly of my Jeep. I've been watching this build for a long time, and I know it is not finished yet, so I'm so excited to see where this goes and how far they take it. I have a lot of questions to ask Matt, so we're gonna jump over the interview and let's go talk to him. Let's see what he has to say. We've been watching the build on this for months.
Almost 8 months.
How many actual hours do you think has been put into this?
Oh man, you're asking the wrong person. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Ballpark-ish?
No, I don't. How many weeks are in 8 months?
It's longer than the Morvair. And the Morvair, we started in November and got done in April.
But we never calculated the hours.
Yeah, we never but that's like 3 man hours, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
And you've got to count. Like, it's worth counting all the the mental work that went into it, because this is completely designed, engineered. I'm bouncing stuff off Tom and my buddy Johnny Boy, and we're just trying to figure it out. So before we ever put it down there. I mean, we've had Casey Liddell come down and help us. Paul, obviously we're using Paul and Rory. We're using all this money, so it'd just be really hard to calculate.
It's not really go buy it off the eBay eBay stamp. eBay stamp this.
It's been a project.
It's been a fun project, huh?
It is. I love this stuff.
Knowing all the work that you've done so far, the mental, physical, all the work, would you do it again, or would you say screw it?
We're gonna do it again. I mean, not this exact project, but we've got a whole list of them coming up. We have problems. We run into new problems all the time, and we're like, oh, if we had a vehicle that did this, and then we have to figure out if there's enough of this problem to justify a build, and then if there is, and we've already justified 5 more builds.
Is there anything that you would specifically do different, like a major component of this?
There's things that we should have done differently, and then we ended up doing them differently anyway, because we had to, like the shock towers, for example.
Yeah, that was the last video.
So I would have measured the shocks more carefully, but I enjoy meeting the problems and solving them and figuring them out.
What is the biggest obstacle you're going to feel, the largest obstacle that you're going to find driving this out to try and take care of somebody? Like, say, too big, too narrow? What can't this do, I should say?
Well, we don't know exactly what it can do. It is a little bit on the wide side. It's 96 inches wide. Most of your built Jeeps, they're going to be 90 inches wide. So I'm 6 inches over what's typical.
And that's super stretched out.
Yeah, a really a Mischief Maker, Holly's rig Mischief Maker is 89.5 inches wide. I don't think it's going to really be that much of a problem with the rear steer. Yeah. It's got kind of a long wheelbase, but it's got great ground clearance and rear steer. So I think it's going to be pretty nimble. Rory's Trailmaker is 103 inches wide on the back axle. So anyway, his rig is even wider than this one, and it's not really stopping him from going anywhere. So I am really interested to find out what it's good at and what it might not be quite so good at. But I'm sure that there's places, because I've even found places that my Cherokee can't get to. So we're going to find situations like that where the trails are just too narrow.
So I know in some of your previous videos you said that this is going to be mostly for ATVs, quads, side-by-sides, things like that.
And RVs. It's not really made for wheel lifting an RV or one-ton truck or anything like that. It's going to be Jeeps and the UTVs. That's mostly, that's what we're dealing with. When we get out on the trails, that's what we're going to find. So when it does RVs and the trucks and the toy haulers, those are almost all going to be just kinetic energy pull, because they drive down on the beach and then they're stuck. Drive out in the sand, they're stuck. They just need somebody to get them moving and pull them out. And this should do that really well.
especially with those gigantic ropes you have.
Yep.
That's often going to put it through these gigantic things.
Yeah.
The final thing is, I know there's going to be a lot more you have to do to this thing. I know the transmission and all the works. And
Still got to put it together.
so you've hinted a couple times. So what bigger engine are you going to put in there than an 8.1?
Okay, so there's an aftermarket block that is an 8.8 liter, same thing. So it just bolt right in place. So Raylar Performance makes a lot of stuff for these. There's boat racing and stuff like that. I guess so that's what's driving this part of the industry. But yeah, we're going to be building an 8.8. We're going to have aluminum Raylar heads, Raylar cam, Raylar intake, and it should be significantly.
What power do you think you're pushing that?
The guy that's building it for me is going to be just shy of 500 horse and just shy of 700 foot-pounds of torque, but it makes over 500 foot-pounds of torque at like 1,200 RPM. So it's naturally aspirated. It just comes on really early. These motors are done at 5,000 RPM. Like there's pretty much nothing you can do. I mean, there's stuff you can do. There's always stuff you can do, but for what we're doing, all our power is going to be completely in by 5,000. So, yeah, happy with that.
Cool. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, no problem.
Like, subscribe, share. Yeah, cool. I appreciate it a lot. If you like the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to do my best to jump down, and I'm going to come wheeling with Matt and this off-road wreck. Hopefully his off-road wrecker. If not, the Morvair or the Banana. But for now, hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to see you guys next time.